right. Welcome back to Duskwood. And first and foremost, let me welcome Allie, France, Peachy Pup. Welcome to the stream, Earth Alien, Jobless Soul. And Dan, welcome to the stream. Now, this is episode 6, as you can see right there. And episode 6, I do believe, is when we have our small talk with Jake. It's also where I believe we discover our first hidden message. Read between this lines. We'll show you guys how to complete that today, live. Welcome, Katie Blonde. Hello. Allie's excited for the small talk. I feel like during the first playthrough, I didn't get the small talk. I feel like I didn't have that option. So I honestly have no idea if we even got that option or not to have the small talk, but I don't think we did. We got Jesse and Phil. Little bit of a sneaky little live, just watching in on Jesse and Phil. Stream hasn't even started and Dan was already mad. He's mad at Tongue-Tied because Tongue-Tied didn't do anything to help Jesse. But Tongue-Tied's not in Duskwood, Dan. You're closer to Duskwood than Tongue-Tied is. We have Phil talking to Jesse. Clearly, Phil has no idea what just happened to Jesse in episode 5. But we have here, Phil, I've told you often enough that it can't go on like this. I even came to you. I waited the whole evening, but neither Cleo nor Thomas turned up at the Aurora. What's your excuse this time? I've got no other choice but to call the police. Sorry, but enough is enough. Phil's had it. We have Jesse here. See if we can say something to Jesse. Hopefully she's all right. I'm pretty sure she's all right. She was moving before the episode 5 cut out, so we know that she's okay. Kyle, welcome to the stream. Let's see if we can call Jesse, see if Jesse answers. I don't think she answers. I think we tried this last time. And I don't think she answers. I feel like it's probably going to just keep on ringing until we hang up. You know what, Dan? You weren't there to help Jesse either. You weren't there to help her either. She better be okay for your sake. How about that? How about that, Dan? She better be okay for your sake. Let's see if we can get Thomas, get a hold of Thomas and get Thomas to go and talk to Phil. He was supposed to show up, him and Cleo. They were supposed to go talk to Phil. Neither one of them showed up. Neither one of them showed up. Let's see if he tells us what they were doing in Phil's basement. See if he has any explanation as to why he was in Phil's basement. Of course we know about Thomas. We're gem hackers. We can see anything. See everything and anything. Mario, hello, welcome. But you know what, Thomas, you need to clear things up with Phil. He's gonna call the police. He's gonna call the police if you don't clear things up with Phil. Dan using his explanation that he was drugged and I should have tried to go help Jesse. I was on the phone. What do you expect me to do, Dan? Jam halfway across the world. You're right there. You're right there. You're at a hospital just outside of Duskwood, Dan. If you didn't wreck your car, you'd have been there. This all goes back to when you wrecked your car. Actually, probably goes back to when me and Jesse had our date. You wouldn't have wrecked your car if she showed up. So maybe it is Tongue Tied's fault. You know what, Thomas? We need an explanation. You can thank us later with an explanation as to why you try to get into Phil's basement. There's got to be a good reason. What's in Phil's basement that he's trying to hide? We have no idea. Ooh, Richie, hello. I think she's. Jesse called me earlier and told me she wasn't coming to work today. Yeah, we know, Richie. We kind of figured that much. All because of Dan. She sounded weird and she didn't tell me why she wasn't coming either. You don't happen to know what's up with her? You know what, Richie, unfortunately, I do. I do know what's going on with her. Oh, Dan didn't wreck his car. Mr. Jack Daniels wrecked his car. Dan, Dan still claiming that he was sober when he wrecked his car. Evidence doesn't point to it, Dan. I wonder what kind of BAC you would have blew if you blew into a breathalyzer. Maybe a .10. Richie better be okay, or else you're throwing hands, Allie. I don't know. I don't know if Richie's gonna be okay or not. I don't know if Richie's gonna be in episode 8. We'll send Richie. We'll send Richie to go check up on Jesse and make sure that she's all right. We would send Dan, but clearly Dan is still incapacitated in the hospital, not helping out in any way. Dan's not lightheaded. Hello, Earth alien. Welcome back to the stream. I saw you commented earlier. I saw you commented a long time ago that you were excited for it. You were ready. All right. Are we back to all right, here we go. Here we go with some puzzles. See if we can get to the next part of this story. Looks like we have some colors. We have 2 colors, but this is new. We have these little bombs. If you don't take the bombs out before the timer on them runs out, they will explode and then game over. Definitely need to make sure that we get those taken care of quickly. That's good. That's good. There we go. Keep that going. Blue and grays. Huh. We're running out of the blue and gray that we need to keep it going. We're almost there, but I don't know if we're gonna have enough moves available to complete it. I feel like I'm not getting very lucky. Oh no. All right, let's take a look. I think we can actually get it maybe within one move. Check this out. If it works for me, if it works. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do at all. Shoot. That's not what I wanted to do. But I think we still won. I think we're still gonna get it. Let's go here. And here, and we got it. We got it. Puzzle 1 down. Earth Alien, good luck on your quiz or test exam. Good luck on the exam. Jake is the hacker. Yes, yes, Jake is the hacker. We all know that. Allie does not like the bombs. Bombs do not treat her very good at all. We got blue and gray again. Blue and gray again. Let's see what we can do here. All right. Hmm. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Forgot about this red one that's over here. How are we going to get to it? Shoot. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, no. I don't know if we're going to be able to get to it. We got 2 moves. Doesn't look like... I just don't see it. I don't see how we can get to it. Fahad, welcome to the stream. I just don't see it. I don't see how we can get to it. Man, we got close. Oh, we can actually keep... let's just keep going. Why not? Why not? We're not going to run into the same issue again, are we? We still got 5 moves. Well, 3 moves now, I guess. Let's just keep going. We're too deep in the rabbit hole now. Gotta keep going. There we go. We got it. That was close, but we got it. We were too deep in the rabbit hole to give up on that one. Too many coins in. Let's do one more. That way we can get back into the story. And I think this next part, I think after this puzzle, we'll be able to have our small talk with Jake, hopefully. So we got yellow and red. This isn't working out for me at all the way in the very beginning. I'm about to lose already. There we go. We got it. Ooh, that bomb was getting close. Too close for comfort. Ooh, we're gonna get there. Nope, that wasn't it. Shoot. It's not what I wanted to do, but I did it anyways. Oh no. Ooh. Oh, so close. So close. Let's keep it going because we're like super close. We already completed the yellows. Just need to get all the reds. Huh. Oh no. Too close. Too close to give up. These bombs, I'm right there with Allie. I don't like these bombs. These bombs are a pain in the ass. Oh my goodness. Finally. And now we're back. We're talking with Jake. He's finally reaching back out to us after we sent him the video. If you guys remember this video, it's going to be sideways. That's how it is. Motion detected. Someone banging on the window. It's probably Dan banging on the window. Who knows? Hello, Jake. You were gone for a long time there, Jake. Hope you're all right. Well, of course he's all right. He's back. I'm sorry I couldn't contact you earlier, but I can see you got along pretty well without me. You know, I do what I got to do, Jake. I do what I got to do. We have a lot to talk about. That is correct. Yes, so this is, hopefully we'll be able to get to the small talk with Jake. I see a lot of comments. I saw a lot of comments from the previous videos talking about how many people were not able to do the small talk with Jake, and they didn't know what was said, and they wanted to know. They wanted to know what Jake would say. I've read through some of your chats to prepare for your conversation. Excellent. Excellent. So I'm gonna make sure we read through these answers, these responses to Jake very thoroughly, because we want to make the right choices. That way we can achieve the small talk. Excellent. So Jesse was definitely attacked. Right in front of my eyes, no less. Right in front of my exes. The attack on her must have been terrible for you. It was bad. It was bad, but you know what? I'm okay. I'm fine. I'm fine. Tongue-tied's tough. I'm fine. I did a little attack's not gonna scare us away. It might have happened right in front of my eyes, Dan, but it happened right under your nose. So you just think about that. You think about that while you're sitting there behind your keyboard. It happened in front of my eyes, but it happened right under your nose. Jake completely misgauged the kidnapper. Who would have thought the kidnapper would have done something like that? You got a keyboard. Well, technically, it might be a flat keyboard, but it's still a keyboard nonetheless on your cell phone. So it's still there. Still there. You still use the little buttons, the little letters. Saba, hello, welcome. So that just shows me how clear how dependent I am on you. But why, Jessica? Does that make any sense to you in any way? I do have a hunch, though, Jake. Kidnapper was only interested in me. Lost my train of thought. He just tries it with everyone. Look, he was interested in us. He wanted to scare Tongue-Tied because Tongue-Tied's getting close. Tongue-Tied's gonna find out who the kidnapper is, who the man without a face is, and he knows. Man without a face is scared. He's scared. He doesn't want Tongue-Tied coming to Duskwood. Tongue-Tied will take care of it. Tongue-Tied will take care of the man without a face because we all know Dan's not gonna do it. The threat towards Cleo didn't faze me. I was on the phone with her while it happened. He knows that she's the most important one of the group to me. I think it was because I think the kidnapper knew that I was on the phone with him. I think that's what it was. I think the kidnapper had to have known that I was on the phone. I mean, and the threat towards Cleo definitely didn't faze anybody. So either one of those are really good answers. Either one of them are good. And you know, he looked right at us too. When he picked up the phone, he looked right at us. He looked right into our X's. So it had to be a message sent straight to Tongue-Tied. Had to be. Had to be a message sent straight to us. Did you maybe notice anything about the attacker? Yes. Let me think. He seemed larger build. He didn't seem, thin or slender or, the way he walked and carried himself. It definitely seemed like a guy. Yes, welcome, Lloyd. Dan was asking about you, Lloyd. And so was Peachy Pup. But Dan, he was wondering where you were. Missed you, Lloyd. I know he did. He jam missed you. The flower boy is here. I may have thrown a various selective amount of insults towards the man without a face when he attacked Jesse. You should definitely question Jessica too. Perhaps she noticed something. Maybe. I don't think she did, but maybe. But Richie is with her right now. We should give her a little bit more time. Of course, I'll do that. Yeah, Richie is with her right now. The attack really took a toll on her. She wouldn't have seen much. That's true. That's true. She wouldn't have seen much either way. Will Jake talk to Jesse? I don't think he will. I'm almost certain he won't. Yeah, sure, why not? Why wouldn't she want to talk to Jake? Maybe it'll help Jesse trust Jake more. Her last interaction with Jake was not the most is that not exactly the most confidence inspiring, and you have already built a relationship with her, so you will automatically want to tell her more than she would tell me. Anyway, we can probably rule out that Jessica is behind Hannah's disappearance. It could still be two perpetrators. It's possible. It's possible. It still could be two perpetrators or two people. We don't know. We don't know. Maybe it's Jesse and Richie. The attack on Jesse and the attack on Richie just leading everybody to believe that it's not them two, but it could be. It probably isn't, but it's possible. Therefore, the attack on her would have been staged, so you would rule her out as a suspect. It's exactly what it is. It's exactly it's not what it is, but it's exactly the thought process behind it all. I wonder what Jake thinks about that. What do you think about that idea, Jake? I don't think that there are two perpetrators. There might be. It's possible. What's more is that we didn't have Jessica down as a suspect. We should complement our previous insights and assumptions with new information. So Hannah is suddenly completely changed and won't even explain herself before her own boyfriend. Right. Right. That she just went weird. She just went straight different. Like she just completely changed everything she was doing. But none of the others mentioned her strange behavior. Nobody else noticed it except for Thomas. That was interesting. So she hadn't confided in anyone, and Thomas was the only one who noticed anything. Correct. Or whoever you want to tell us. Like Richie. We haven't received any hints about who accompanied Hannah to the unknown family yet. Not yet. Not yet, but we're getting close. With your newly acquired information, however, I would assume that it was not Thomas. Definitely wasn't Thomas. What do you think, tongue-tied? Who went to Iris with Hannah? Ooh. Was it you, Dan? Did you go to Iris with Hannah, Dan? Oh, you're one of the suspects. It was either Dan, Richie. I don't think it was Jake. I think in the last playthrough we chose Jake, but it's definitely not Jake. Could have been someone from outside the group too. Huh. Who could it have been? Who could it have been? It it could be Dan. It could be Dan. Could have been. But see, Dan and Hannah, they weren't too connected with each other. They were civil around each other. They got along, but they weren't like friends. They didn't go hanging out with each other ever. So I don't think it was Dan, but maybe it couldn't have been Richie. Could have been somebody from outside the group. I think that's more of a possibility. I think it's way more possibility that it could have been somebody outside the group rather than Dan or Richie. Someone outside the circle of friends, unlikely, however possible. There is a connection between the bracelet, the incident in the forest, and Jennifer Manson. Jennifer Manson with an M, not Hanson with an H. However, some important pieces to the puzzle are still missing. At least we can now assume that Hannah bought the bracelet herself. Correct. At the pawn shop. Oh, Dan. What are you doing, Dan? Updating the picture? Updating a picture of Crowman while you're sitting there in your nice cozy little hospital bed, not doing anything to protect Jesse. You're just creating comic books. Creating jam comic books, Dan. What the hell you doing? And that way the lover theory also loses credibility. Right. There's no lover. There's no lover behind any of it. It's good for Thomas. It's good for Thomas. That Hannah wasn't having an affair, I mean, because that makes him less suspicious. Another thing. If you guys don't remember what that looks like, it's the emerald bracelet. Emeralds just like her eyes. You think it was Phil that went with Hannah? That's very interesting, Maribel. That's actually not a bad idea. So it could have been somebody from outside the group, and which being Phil. Phil's outside of the friends group, that outside of the circle. It could have very well possibly been Phil with Hannah. That's super possible. I don't think I ever thought of that. That is good thinking. Good thinking, Maribel. Right, so the emeralds were in Hannah's diary. Emeralds like her eyes. Talking about Iris's eyes, I think. Yeah, let's go ahead and read the diary again. I think we can find it in here. Hannah's call log, cloud document. It's one of these. Was it this one? He went with me, thank God. Otherwise, I would have not been able to do it. I would have turned around right on the driveway and left. The family gave us such a warm welcome. It felt as if I had been to their small living room a million times. The visit did not provide any new insight. Iris assured us that she told the police everything. She didn't stop her from retelling the whole story again. I know the story well, every detail. She knows it too. No matter how long it's been, I doubt she will ever forget it. When it was time to go, Iris gave me a hug. It broke my heart. She has the same eyes. Eyes much like emeralds. So Iris and the daughter have the same eyes. Eyes much like emeralds. And Iris was the mother. Right. So she has the same eyes. Eyes much like emeralds. So there's another person with emerald green eyes. I'm assuming that this must be Jennifer. And I know what the connection is, Jake. Jennifer is Iris's daughter. And the bracelet with the emeralds is Jennifer's. I'm sorry to hear that, Peachy Pup. You have a great rest of your night. Great rest of your yeah. You're about the same time frame as me, so you have a great rest of your night, Peachy Pup. Thanks for joining. Love to see you here. So Jake thinks so too. Hannah bought the bracelet when she saw it in the pawn shop's window. But why? Because she thought it was pretty, because she recognized it was Jennifer's bracelet, because it was a piece of evidence. How do we know that again? No, it's because she recognized that it was Jennifer's bracelet. That's all. It makes perfect sense. But the initials don't fit. You said her name was Jennifer Manson. Maybe the. I don't think the H stood for Hannah though. JH. Maybe Richie was wrong. Maybe the bracelet belonged to a different person. No, that's not right. Maybe Richie was wrong the whole time. Either the H stood for Hannah and they were best friends, or Richie was jam wrong. We're so close to our goal. Yes, we are. You've made a lot of progress without my help. Learned from the best. Great, now it's your turn. Cloud hacking. I think you can do the rest without me. You know what? I think Jake. I think it's Jake's turn to do some cloud hacking and some of these puzzles. I think he should do some of them. It's your turn, Jake, to do some puzzles. I'm jam sick of them. You're the only person who can still make me laugh. Did you know that? Oh. So now this is where I'm going to need a little bit of help. I don't know which one to choose. Should we just be like glad to hear that? I don't want to say it's kind of sad, but I'm stuck between the first and the third one. Either glad to hear that, or is it weird that I like that? Is it weird that I like being able to make him laugh? I think that's probably a good one. So I think we're gonna, yeah, I think I agree with you guys. I think we're gonna go with the third one. Like, is it weird that we like it? Like, is it weird? Is it weird that we like the fact that we make Jake smile? He doesn't think so. That's so good. Oh, look at that. Can we talk a bit more tongue-tied? Apart from everything else. You mean small talk, Jake? Oh. If you're not here watching this already, you're missing out because we are right here. You know, there were so many viewers that never got to this point, and they couldn't do the small talk with Jake because they didn't have the premium content. And that's all I saw was comments about the small talk this, the small talk that. Well, look, we're live streaming it now for everyone to see. And if you're not here, you're missing out. You're gonna have to watch it when it's not being live streamed. Can't even enjoy it in the moment. And look at that. There it is. There is the premium choice. The premium option to go with the small talk. I tell you what, if you guys aren't here already, if you're watching a recording of this, you're missing out. You're missing out on the actual when it actually happens. You're missing out. Live streamed. Doing it for you guys. But we have plenty of people here enjoying it. We have Fahad. We have Dan. We got Saba. Maribel's here. Ali is here. Who else we got here? I think I saw Katie Blonde. Lloyd is here. If you're here, if you're watching this right now, let me know. Put it down in chat. I need to. I want to know. If I haven't said your name yet, put yourself out there. France. I didn't say France. France is here. Here we go. You know, I'd love to have some small talk with you. This is what everybody's been waiting for. It's what everyone's been waiting for. Now we have to pick these choices carefully. Lacey's here. Lydian is here. I hope I said that right. I don't know if I did or not, but Lydian is here. Yeah, I appreciate that, Lydian. I'm surprised you can even hear my voice with this mask on. You think my voice is pretty? Oh, I thank you so much. You're making me blush. Making me blush. Christian is here. Welcome, Christian. Christian's like a mushroom. Pop out, disappear, repeat. Please excuse my phrasing. Are you a bit nervous? Apology accepted. That's okay. I've gotten used to. You know what, Jake? We gotta poke a little fun at Jake. You a little nervous, Jake. You got no reason to be nervous with us, Jake. We're all friends here. How do you know? How do we know that Jake is nervous? It's obvious. I can somehow sense it. I just know. You know it, Jake. Oh, I just know you. I know you too damn well, Jake. I know when you're nervous. So what do you want to talk about, Jake? Let's talk. What would you like to talk about? I'd like to know how your day was. Oh, pretty good, I think. It's too early to tell. Not good. You know, it's pretty. It's good. It's pretty good. It's pretty good, Jake. Thanks for asking. Thanks for asking, Jake. It's pretty good. And you know what, Jake? A lot happened. A lot happened. I'd love to talk to you about it and tell you everything that happened. Good or bad? Oh, it's always good. Always good. It's always good, Jake. Oh, Maribel. It's kind of weird that I'm saying your name. That's not your real name. Maribel is an anagram he created, or she created, because of Resident Evil fans. So they're Resident Evil. I love Resident Evil. Absolutely love Resident Evil. I used to play it a lot. Not so much anymore, but I used to play it all the time. I'm not good at finding topics. Look, we're definitely not telling them that we don't have time for small talk. So let me take over finding out the topics. I know the reason for what? What do I know the reason for? Did I miss something? What do I know the reason for what? Why you're being quiet for now? No, I have no idea. Okay, here we go. Here we go. We got some questions for Jake. It's hard to trust you when everyone else keeps doubting you. May I ask you, or may I ask what you're busy with all the time? Why do you suddenly have time for small talk? I've been wondering what would happen if you were behind all this. So there's two things here that I think that I like. There's two things here I like. I like the may I ask why you're busy with all the you're always busy all the time. And I like the why do you all of a sudden have time for small talk? He's never had this time before, so why all of a sudden now? Why now? I think that's a really good question. And he might tell us. He might tell us that he's becoming a more he's loving us more. Yeah, so oh well no, it's midnight, so it's noon for you, Lloyd. But you're probably getting ready to go to school, aren't you? Wait, Lloyd, is it noon Friday or Thursday for you? Umbrella. Maribel is the anagram for umbrella. That's right. You're absolutely right. Real name is Lexa. Well, Maribel, Lexa Maribel. I'll call you whatever you want me to call you. So why does Jake all of a sudden have time to have small talk with us, I wonder? Noon Friday, okay. So for me, it's midnight Friday. Like Thursday into Friday, Thursday night, Friday morning. And for Lloyd right now, he's 12 hours ahead of me. Lloyd, you're just gonna have to let me know what happens 12 hours from now. That way I can be prepared for it come noon Friday. Fahad says Lexa's a good name. I agree. I agree. Lexa's a very nice name. I like the name Lexa. So why does Jake all of a sudden have time for small talk? He doesn't. Well, to be honest, it's pretty hard to concentrate on my tasks when my thoughts are always drifting Off to you. Somehow I'm not even sorry about that, Jake. Somehow I'm not even sorry about that. We want your thoughts to be drifted off to us. We want you to think about us all the time. Somehow I hadn't expected you to be. Okay, so this is good. So we can actually go through and do each and every one of these small talk options before we have to say enough small talk for the day. So we're gonna go with the next one. It's hard to trust you when everyone else keeps doubting you. Even harder than usual, but I'll manage. Hmm. I don't know. I don't even know which one to pick. Chat. Which one should we do, chat? Even harder than usual or I'll manage. It's hard to trust you when everyone else keeps doubting you, but I'll manage. I think we'll go with but I'll manage. I mean, that seems to be a good one. Ali agrees. Ali agrees to use I'll manage. I think that sounds better. I think that yeah. Fahad, same one, Fahad. The second one. That's the one we'll do. Okay, it must have been the right one. He says thank you. He says thank you. This won't go on for much longer, all right? Oh, it's gonna go on for as long as I say. Wait, I don't even know what he's talking about. Is he talking about the small talk or just about everything in general? Because that's gonna change my answer. It depends on what he's talking about. Is he talking about the small talk? It's hard to trust you when everyone keeps doubting you, but I'll manage. Thank you, tongue tied. This won't go on for much longer, all right? I don't is he talking about the small talk? Is that what he's talking about? Talking about the small talk? Huh. Well, how much longer is longer? How much long? How long is much longer? I don't know. Well, Jake, I don't know either. So I've been wondering what would happen if you were behind all this, if you were the kidnapper, if you really played a part in Hannah's disappearance. But I pushed that thought aside immediately. I wouldn't want to know. You know I'd have to tell the others. I wouldn't but I wouldn't care. But you know what, Jake, we pushed that thought aside almost immediately. Lexa says that I can call her whatever I want. I can call Lexa whatever I want. Would it be wrong for me to say, Lexa, that I want to call you what you want me to call you? Like, I just keep going back and forth with it. So, Jake, I'm sorry you even had to deal with a thought like that, tongue tied. I have nothing to do with Hannah's disappearance. I know that now. I know that. But may I ask why you're busy with or what you're busy with all the time? Of course you may ask. So tell me, Jake. I've managed to make my pursuers information advantage my own. I've managed to make my pursuers information advantage my own. Is it just me that can't understand what that means? I know now that they've managed to track my whereabouts to a radius of about 60 miles. Ooh, they're getting close. Getting jammed close. They're about an hour away from any which way they see. Hey, tongue-tied, want to play a little gamble. What kind of gamble, Lloyd? What are you trying to gamble, Lloyd? What kind of game you trying to play? I mean, is it good or bad? I know it's bad, but I didn't want to end the conversation. It's more or less both. So 60 miles might have been 40 miles at one point, now it's 60. Or it could have been 80 miles and now it's 60. So who knows? I have more time than I thought, but it also means that I won't be able to avoid going into hiding. You didn't ask that because you're worried about me, did you? Oh, of course we're worried about you, Jake. Don't worry about Jake. They won't find him. How can you be so sure, Jake? How can you be so sure that they won't find you? Because it would separate me from you. I've got to go. Thanks for your time. You know, I like talking to you, Jake. I jam like talking to you. Can you go on with the telephone list in the meantime? Of course I can. Sure thing. Sure thing. So if Lloyd wins, he'll answer any question truthfully. No, I'm sorry. If I win, if Tongue Tied wins, Lloyd will answer any truthful question, any question truthfully. If Lloyd wins, Tongue Tied has to tell you Tongue Tied's legal name. What if I told you Tongue Tied was my legal name? Y'all thought it was a stage name. It's my legal name. I am Tongue Tied, and nobody can change it. But either way, Lloyd, I would have to know what the game was. And I'd have to know, you know, what are the odds of winning? Because there's plenty of games out there. There's a lot of gambles out there that are set up to either lose or win. There's no in between. There's no 50-50. What's the game, Lloyd? I'm not going to agree to it until I find out what the game is or what is it, like a riddle? I'm not good with riddles. Phil is more of the heartbreaker. Jake's definitely the tease, but Phil's the heartbreaker. What are you trying to say there, Jake? I feel like you're trying to say something, but you're not going to tell me, are you? Nope. Not telling us. So we got to go back to the phone log here. 95042. See if anybody answers. Nobody answered. Maybe we're not supposed to look at it yet? Maybe now we can do it? There we go. Was it that? Was it 95402? Thought it was. Did I get the wrong? Did I get it wrong? I feel like I got it wrong. 95042. That's what it is.
You have reached
Ellen.
the person you have called is temporarily not available. Please try again later.
So was that Alan? Is that what that was? I don't know why it's ringing. Stop it. I can't, I don't know. I don't know what it's doing, but I think the jam name was Alan. I called the second number, Jake. It just went to voicemail. Getting sick and tired of hearing this noise. Look, Jake, message me when you got the time. I can't deal with the noise. We're gonna be stuck with this noise for forever. Oh my goodness. Stand by, I'll be right back. I can't take it. I can't. There. I had to do it. I had to reset it. I had to reset the name. I had to reset the jam game. I couldn't handle it. Couldn't take on that noise. I stopped the ringing. Yes, hopefully they fix that glitch. Lloyd. So pronounce your name correctly. There's no jam way. No, I don't accept. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing your first name correctly. Now I know the third name in your name there is Mendoza. I do know that, but I don't even know if I'm pronouncing your first. And the hell if I know how to pronounce your middle name. I can't do it. So I do not accept. I don't accept. Because I know I don't think I'm pretty certain I can't do it. Oh, you jam ice cube. I am not a fan of ice. these ice cubes are a pain in the butt. Oh my goodness. Oh. I was hoping that was horizontal. I knew it wasn't. I forgot that it wasn't. But I was hoping it was. Here we go. Start working these purples. Oh, no. We're too damn far away from even trying to complete this. I know we can't. We'll just start over. We'll just start jam over. What are you guys talking about? You guys wanted to know Tongue-Tied's name. I told you what Tongue-Tied's name was. My name's Tongue-Tied. That's what it's always been. From day one. From day one, my name's been Tongue-Tied. Don't know what you guys been expecting. You knew my name was Tongue-Tied from you knew from day one. Ooh, we might. Can we get that last ice block? Not yet. Maybe here. Here we go. Now we don't have to worry about any of that damn ice. We're on a roll now. Yes. No more ice in our future. At least not this round. We got a good chance of winning on this one. We got a good chance of completing this puzzle. Oh, one more. We got one more. Can we? Where is it at? Where is it at? How do we do it? I have two. Do I have two? Oh, I got two moves. We could do it. Here. Ah, we only needed one move. We only needed one move. Allie, what do you mean you'll never get a name reveal? I told you I've already revealed my name to you guys. My name's Tongue-Tied. That's the name reveal. Do I have a middle name? So actually, Tongue is the first name, Tied's the middle name, and Games is the last name. Tongue-Tied Games. That's what it is. Didn't think I was gonna come up with that one, did you? There we go. There we go. A little movement there. That was good. I'll be able to get this ice out of there right now. Ice out of there. No more ice to deal with. Problem number one complete and solved. Jam ice. Huh. Dan's getting a sponge bath from the nurse. There we go. We finally beat it a second time in a row. Two times in a row. Lloyd tried to have a bet with Tongue Tie. He tried. But he fails to realize Tongue Tie's I'm too damn smart. You know I'm good at these puzzles. I'm not just gonna agree to any little old thing. I only agree to bets if I know I'm gonna win. The only time I agree to bets is if I know for a fact I'll win. Or if I know for a fact I can bluff my way into a win. It's the only time. Otherwise, you might lose the bet. Nobody wants to lose a bet. There's no fun losing bets. Can't lose damn bets. Did Lexa just call me a smartass? Was that you calling me a smartass, Lexa? Oh, how dare you. I can't believe you would call Tongue Tied a smartass. I'm a damn genius. Uh-oh. Allie, how about you try to guess Tongue Tied's name? Be my guest. It's not hard. Starts with a T. Lloyd, you have a great rest of your day. Thanks for joining, Lloyd. Even though you didn't succeed in your mission. Well, I guess you kind of did. I mean, I did tell you my name. It's just not the name you thought it was. I don't think we're going to win this puzzle this time. Lloyd, but before I go, screw you, Foul Boy. Had to throw his last little shot in there against Dan. I respect that. You would. I'm not even close to beating it. Not even jam close. Better than being a dumbass? That's true, Lexa. I would take smartass over dumbass any day. This is very true. Oh, that's the one spot I didn't want the ice to go, and it went there. That was the one spot I didn't want it to go. Oh, yet again. It's like it knows. It's like it knows where I want to move the next color. Champagne. Not even close to winning either. Not even close. Huh. How many moves do I have left? 3? I have 3 moves. I might actually be able to do this. Nope, I'm not gonna be able to do this. There's no way. I don't see the moves. Let's try this. Let's try this. Nope. But we're close. We're really close. We're going to keep it going because I think we're super close. That wasn't what I wanted it to do. There we go. There we go. Finally. We only needed a few more chances. We finally got it. Make a bet with Lexa? What kind of bet, Lexa? You know, I don't make bets unless I know I can win. So that should tell you a little something right then and there. Talking with Cleo and Thomas, about to find out what the hell they were thinking of trying to break into Phil's bar. So we definitely warned Thomas to make sure they took care of things with Phil after trying to break in. So now they have some explaining to do. I'd love to know why they thought that they could just break into Phil's bar, and Cleo's got a reputation for this. She's got a hell of a reputation for breaking into people's places of business and apartments, and now they're bars. What are you doing, Cleo? This is definitely Cleo's MO right here. But you have my attention. Kyle says he's dressed up as Negan from The Walking Dead. Do you have Lucille with you? Oh, you better have Lucille with you. You're not Negan without Lucille. Police found a matchbox with a corpse in the forest. Matchbox from the Aurora bar. So what? Everybody probably has a matchbox from the Aurora bar. Someone missing from the group. Oh, I bet it. I think I remember. It's Richie, isn't it? Jam Richie, siding with the other group. I should have known. Hey there. They're in the process of telling us right now. When we find out if you're right, you can ask me anything. And if you are wrong, you reveal your first name. Oh, the bet is, who do you think Jake really is? I'm not taking that bet because I don't even know who Jake really is. There's no way. Nobody knows who Jake is except for the game developers. Maybe Jake himself. Maybe Jake is Jake. That's who I think Jake is. I think Jake is Jake. I mean, he already revealed himself to Lily. And Hannah knows who he is. Jake is their half brother, I believe. I think it's their half brother, or maybe their full brother. I can't remember. I think it's their half brother. And yeah, so that tells you that's that. I feel like that's enough about Jake. I know enough about Jake to yeah, Jake is just Jake. So I think I just won. So whatever. But no, I'm not taking that bet because we don't know. We don't even know who Jake is. Do you want us to explain to you why we never told you about our investigation against Phil? You might as well. Might as well let us know. Time will definitely tell. Richie told you would reach Jesse sooner or later. Was that really me? Of course it was you, Richie. You knew it was you. But you know what? I can keep secrets, guys. I know how to keep secrets. All right. You want me to make the bet? I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 100. You, Lexa, have one chance. If you can get it right, I'll tell you my first name. I mean, you already know my first name. Between 1 and 100, if you can get it right, I'll tell you my first name. Even though you already know my first name. Well, I remember bringing up that we shouldn't ring the alarm bells for every little suspicion we get. So, at first it was just a vague suspicion on mine and Richie's end. When I was in the Aurora with Phil, he was saying really bad things about Hannah. Do you remember? He's saying he said really bad things. But we don't know if that's what Phil actually said. Allie, you think you know me. You think you know me. And Phil had made the threat towards me, towards Phil, or towards Richie. Of course, he claims that's a threat. I don't really know if that was too much of a threat. About how he was one of those people who properly deal with wrongful accusations. All right, go on. I know what you mean. Lexa, it is not 13. You are way off. You are way off. Between 1 and 100, and you said 13? It's not 13. No, no, no. I'll actually type it for you. I'll type it for you. That was the number I was thinking. So the next day I had a sign on the railing of my garage which kind of pointed at him, if we're being honest. I had found out pretty early on that they had found that matchbox with the dead body in the forest. Then I told Cleo, and only Cleo. The suspicion wasn't really big enough. But then we always found out that Phil had been closing down the Aurora an hour earlier than usual for some time now. And have you found out why? Have you found out why yet? Actually, I'll tell you, Lexi. I thought about putting 3.14 and actually doing pi. I thought about doing pi, but then I was like, nah, that was in my head. I was like, too inconspicuous. So it was gonna be 74.6512468111. That was gonna be that's the number. But I'm sorry, you didn't get it right. You didn't get it right. And even if you did get it right, you already know my name. You already know it. So it wouldn't have been a surprise. So Phil told us when we were with him, since Hannah disappeared and the dead body turned up, there's been fewer guests coming. People don't seem to want to go out anymore with a murderer sneaking around town. That makes sense. Makes sense. Why not close up earlier when nobody's coming to the bar? Save some money that way. Cleo's not letting go of this yet. Not just yet. Tongue-tied's just dodging the question. What question is that, Dan? What question am I dodging? The way he acted, that matchbox, a threat, there's no explanation for any of it. Sounds all very suspicious. I'm not sure. Which, Richie, I'm especially disappointed in you. The trace of the man without a face is more important. Look, we need to find the man without a face. Find the man without a face, you find Hannah. Yeah, I can breathe. I can breathe pretty good. It's not too bad. One doesn't exclude the other. And Thomas, why are you involved? Why is Thomas involved? Mr. Disappearing Act. He's always missing. Always missing, but then all of a sudden he just pops up and now he's involved. Whenever somebody wants to break into a basement bar. Dan, the real name, my real name's Tongue-Tied. It's been Tongue-Tied ever since Tongue-Tied was Tongue-Tied. I only ever found out about everything in passing. The Phil said these things about Hannah. What Alfie said suddenly brought into in that old legend. You had all your traces and secrets, but I was completely left out. Our conversations really got me thinking, Tongue-Tied. You know, Thomas, I never told you to break in any basements. Plain and simple. Try to make you guess latitude and longitude. I just told you that it was a number between 1 and 10. Or, I'm sorry, between 1 and 100. It's not my fault that I also included decimals. It's your fault for not thinking I wouldn't include decimals. I only bet when I know I can win. In your short time with us, you really managed a whole lot. You even know who Hannah had been calling before her disappearance. That's when I realized I couldn't hold back anymore. I created a monster. If you want to help, make a plan first. And that's not breaking into a basement. That's not a plan. There's better ways of going about it. Richie'd like to stress that he wasn't involved in the break-in thing. You're just trying to cover your own butt, Richie. That's all it is. After our conversation, I was on my way to my mom and suddenly ran into Cleo, and she told me everything. Anyway, we came to a dead end and managed nothing other than getting Thomas and Cleo banned from the Aurora. Great, right? That's right. That's because you didn't include tongue-tied. That's what you get for excluding me. Dan hopes I sneeze inside the mask. It would never happen, Dan. It definitely could happen, but it's not gonna happen. Done with the topic for now. I'd like to ask you some more. I'm jammed. Done with the topic for now. The movie Bird Box. Yeah. It actually didn't come out too long ago. It's got shoot, what's her name? Can't remember the girl's name. Or the actress. I can't remember the actress name. But yeah, it's she's with the two kids and dog, and they're trying to get to that trying to get to a place where like I get there's like a monster or something outside. You're not allowed to make eye contact with the monster, or else you just like immediately die, right? That's Bird Box, right? I think that's what it is. So Richie told Cleo and Thomas that Jesse was attacked, but you should probably explain in details in a group chat with everyone because it's more important for everyone. All right, I'll explain in a group. I'll explain in a group chat. We can do that. They're trying to subtly and inconspicuously refer to Lily. Your war should come to an end soon. You know, I'm not even worried about my war with Lily. Not worried one bit. Fine, you can add her. She's not going to do anything but cause trouble. All she's going to do is say, I was right, you were wrong, blah, 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 blah. Sandra Bullock. That's who it was. I couldn't jam remember her name. Sandra Bullock. Yeah, she was in Bird Box. With Child 1 and Child 2. Girl and Boy and Dog. She didn't want to name him because she didn't want to become emotionally attached. Tongue-Tied wins by getting sub. You guys win by knowing Tongue-Tied's name. You're right, it is a win-win. And you guys already know my name. You guys are already winning. It's perfect. Jam perfect. You know, Lily, you just read. Don't talk. We don't need any issues from you. But something happened to Jesse, Lily. Because he's jam good at winning bets. So I wonder, Dan, what are they serving at the hospital right now? What kind of five-star meal are you eating right now? So yeah, Jesse was on her way home, but we don't really know how well Jesse's doing right now. So Richie's gonna have to fill Dan in on how she is, as you would expect her to be after being attacked. She has no serious injuries, but she's still a little bit in shock. She's still a little shook up about it. Don't even think about leaving the hospital, Dan. You'll be able to get your revenge on the attacker soon enough. Told you so, but you wouldn't listen. Look at that. I told you so. Blah, 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 blah. I told you so. You didn't listen. Blah, 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 blah. But you know, could you jam not Lily? There's no pointing. There's no point in saying it again and again. I did see him more or less. He was wearing a mask. Man without a face was wearing a mask, obviously. But he was attacking. He's really trying to go after us. He's really trying to go after us. He knows we're getting close to him. So his goal is to get rid of us. That's for sure. Here comes Lily again. The warrior Lily. Do you realize how much danger we're all in? You will hurt all of us. You're basically begging for it. Yeah, Lily, just stop. Just jam stop. You're not making anything better. There's no going back for us. You know that. Our only remaining option is to finally get him. Before he gets us, we can do it. I know we can. We can do it. I know we can. So the real reason why Dan is always here, nobody else from Duskwood is here, is he claims he's the real deal. Dan is the real Dan. Which would be pretty cool if that were true. Who knows if it is or not, though? He certainly acts like the real Dan. So now Richie's letting the group know that we are going through Hannah's phone list. Thought it would, I thought it would help, and we might be really happy to hear it. See, Thomas already knew that. Dan did not know that. Sorry, Dan. But, you're in a hospital. You were in the hospital. I couldn't tell you, Dan. It is what it is. I only wanted to lift your spirits. Well then, take care, everyone. You too, Richie. But you know what, Thomas? I got something to say to you, Thomas. We found out some new information, some new news. It's about the bracelet. Hannah bought it herself from a pawn shop. It was not a gift. So she probably wasn't having an affair with you, or an affair against you, Thomas. Really, thank you. Where are we at? Almost 2 hours. Let's keep going. Why not? Why not keep going and then see if we can complete some of these puzzles, complete more of the puzzles, get through more of the story. Because why the hell not? I can't think of a reason not to. Can you? Nope, I didn't think so. Oh. Oh man, we were almost there. We almost beat it. That's so close. We still have colors to do. I didn't even look at the colors. I was just paying attention to all the glass. We got all the glass. Did we need whites and yellows? Never even looked at the colors. Well, that didn't help. Huh. Oh no. Not having that. We're so close. We just need to get the yellows. But how? So close. There we go. There we go. Took care of it. Took damn care of it. Ooh, what's my favorite movie? Good question. So, I've always been a big fan of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Always been a big fan of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, so probably some of the older stuff, like Secret of the Ooze or something like that. I wouldn't say I have a specific favorite, like, one of a kind type, favorite movie, but I could watch Secret of the Ooze any day of the week. It wouldn't even matter. I could always watch it. Do, 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 do. Can't find any colors. That would help. Huh. Oh, come on. So close. I just need to jam white colors. That's all we need. Of course. Oh, finally. Do I have a favorite song? No, not really. I wouldn't say I have a specific favorite song. Favorite TV show? Can't say I have a favorite TV show either. I remember watching a lot of Big Bang Theory. I thought that was funny, but I do enjoy anime. I like anime. Um, One of the first anime that I really got into, which I'm sure is probably a lot of people's first, was Naruto. I really got into Naruto big time, and I really enjoyed it. And that was probably my first anime, that I really started getting into. I really enjoy. I like Naruto. It's good stuff. There we go. Beat that one. Didn't even need any extra moves. Damn geniuses. And we got a new file. Look at that. Look at Hannah hanging over the banister. I'll tell you this though. One thing I'm not a fan of. I've never been a fan of Dragon Ball Z. All of my friends that are anime fans are like all about Dragon Ball. I was never a fan of it. Never got into it. Watched a few episodes, didn't care for it. When you got Goku sitting there for like 5 episodes straight trying to create a spirit ball just so he can miss, and then spend another 5 episodes creating another spirit ball, you lost me. I was not sticking around for that. This is when Jake was like disappeared for a while. He hasn't talked to us about that video that we found. We have this new picture that we have. But I'm gonna just keep working on the list. See what's the next list number? Or do we have more stuff to say? Yeah, what we gotta figure out the next number. Next phone number on the call log. So we got Alan. We have a 42315. 42315.
Oh, it's you. Hey. I was wondering when I was going to hear from you. But you know what? I can't talk right now. Can you just add me real quick? Wait, we can text later, okay? Talk to you soon.
Yes, you know all too well about that ring, so I had to reset the games that way we wouldn't have to listen to that anymore. So that was Phil, right? I believe that was Phil. Add contact. Oh, I don't even remember the number now. 42315, something like that. 42315. Oh, I knew it. That Jim genius. 42315. Phil. That's right. Jim Phil. Hello, Phil. Talk to me. You guys won't believe what I just found. Phil was on Hannah's phone list. Maybe he did have something to do with it. You can just call me Sherlock. If you don't want to call me tongue-tied, you can call me Sherlock. But Sherlock's not my name. Attack on Titan? I enjoyed Attack on Titan. I liked Attack on Titan. I like SAO, Sword Art Online. I enjoy both of them. That's right. Phil even recognized our number, which was weird, right? Why would he know our number? Why would he have any idea what our number was? Oh, Lily. Lily added me. What are you doing, Lily? Why are you adding me all of a sudden? Doesn't make sense. I need your help. What do you mean you need my help? Been trying to get us kicked off and trying to tell us to go kick rocks and get us out of this whole thing. Now all of a sudden you need our help? But you know what? I don't want to fight anymore. Tongue-Tied's not a fighter. I'm not a fighter. I'd rather be friends. Rather spread the love and share the joy with everybody. It's about Jake. Of course it is. Of course it's about Jake. When I released the video about you and Jake, he told me something shortly after. And what did he tell you, Lily? I'd like to know. Oh, Lily, hello! It's been a while since I've seen Lily in chat. Welcome to the stream. Jake told me what connection he has to Hannah. But he couldn't prove it. But he told Lily what connection. And the connection that he had to Hannah is the same connection that he should have to Lily. I took the video offline afterwards, but gave him a deadline to show me proof. You realize we don't have time for this, Lily. We need to find Hannah. I don't know what else you're up to. But I think this is really the only thing worth investing your time in. Jake sent me a link with nothing but the words, "Tongue-tied is the key." But I can't open it because a part of the link is missing. And all of this has something to do with you. What does that even mean, Lily? I don't even know what you're talking about. As Jake told me that you are the key, I thought he may have given you the other part of the link. That's what it sounds like. Maybe. Maybe we both have a link. Let me look in the other part of the link. Let me look for the other part of the link. It might be. Look at that. Look at that. We never even got a message from Jake, but we got udio.com. We have udio.com. Did you just change your profile picture, Lily? That's Lily's profile picture. Of course she did. It looks nice, Lily. I'll be nice. I'm going to be a nice tongue-tied. It looks nice. You're welcome. Now, what was the link? Now you said you had half a link, half a link. What's the link? We need to know the link. The link. And yes, I found the other part. It's udio.com. Allie remembers checking my videos for the answer because she was losing her brain cells trying to solve the puzzle, right? This puzzle is I've got a lot of views on the video for this puzzle. It a lot of people couldn't figure out the puzzle. Link sent me to another puzzle. Don't worry, Lily. I'm good with puzzles. I'm good with puzzles and riddles and everything else in between. That's how Allie got to know tongue-tied games. I'm curious, is there anybody else here that's watching this right now? What was your first interaction with tongue-tied? Like, what brought you guys here first? Like, what brought you guys to the channel? Was it Duskwood? Was it this video? And look at that, we have Jake's link. I'll try finding it out. And I'm gonna take you guys to Jake links. I'm gonna take you to his link. But stand by. 2 seconds. So as you know, this is the link. And it took, I mean, you're sitting there like read between this lines and you have no idea what it means because it's not even correct English. But if you click and hold, and you slowly drag it over, in between this lines gives you guys the answer to the puzzle. That's the answer to the puzzle right there. The answer is Dusty. Now, who's Dusty? Do you guys know who Dusty is? Well, obviously you know. But that was the answer to this first riddle. Read between this lines. The answer is Dusty. Now, back to the game. We'll go ahead and type out the answer, Dusty. Yes, Allie. Dusty is the cat. How did you find that out? It was between these lines. The word is hidden between the lines. Between this lines. So France was searching for Duskwood vines and saw the channel. I think you're the only one who's doing a Duskwood playthrough. I think I was the first. I don't think I'm the only one anymore, but I do think I was the first. I was the first one to start a Duskwood playthrough. But I'm definitely not the only one anymore. But I think I was the first. And you know, not trying to show my big headedness, but I think I'm the best. I think I have the best Duskwood playthroughs. At least I hope so. I hope everybody enjoys them. What happens if you don't get the answer correctly? I don't know. I never not got the answer correctly. But there is a way. So when you're talking with Lily, there's an option that says I don't have data. So I'm guessing there's a way to send Lily to figure out how to solve the puzzle, and then Lily might come back saying, "Oh, I found it. I figured it out. It's Dusty." I think that's a possibility. I could be wrong, but there is an option there that says I don't have data, meaning like I can't even access the internet. How am I supposed to complete this riddle? How am I supposed to go to the link if I don't have access to the link? So I think there is a way to still complete it, but I think you have to essentially say I don't have data and let Lily do it. I think that's the way. Lexa still likes tongue tied the best. I appreciate that, Lexa. I appreciate that so much. And there you guys have it. Look, it's been 2 hours. We've gotten a lot of this story for episode 6 completed. We figured out the password, the first riddle, the first answer to the riddle. And if you missed it, I apologize. You should have been here earlier, but we went through a small talk with Jake. We went through that. We live streamed the small talk with Jake. And he had some sweet nothings to tell us. He was so sweet, just so nice to us. Dan, don't lie. Some of you guys searched for tongue tied because you guys were scared when the hacker first called to you in the game. Yeah, Dan, you are absolutely right. That was the biggest reason why everybody searched tongue tied, was that they were absolutely terrified when the hacker when the hacker first called them in the game. I remember getting so many comments about how they were so scared they deleted the game and then searched tongue tied games to make sure it was safe. And I was there for you. I was right there for you. I took one for the team. I made sure it was safe for everybody, and that's what tongue tied does. Tongue tied's there to protect each and every one of you. And I'll make sure it's safe before you get out there. That's what I'm here for. But Dan, yeah, Dan, you're absolutely right. Everybody was scared. Everybody was terrified of the hacker at first. Then they saw my video and thought, it's okay. And then they fell in love with the hacker. It's ridiculous. But we're going to end it there, guys. I hope you guys are enjoying this playthrough of Duskwood. Again, as the female main character, we got through the small talk with Jake today. We figured out the riddle, the answer of the riddle between this lines. And we're going to pick up right where we left off in the next live stream of Duskwood. And who knows, it'll be tomorrow. So if you don't already, subscribe to the channel, turn on the bell, turn on the notifications, because when I schedule a live stream, it's normally not too far away from when we actually start playing it. As always, thanks for watching. I love each and every one of you. And we'll see you next time. Goodbye.